afternoon, everybody. Mason Stelf alongside Dave Fleming. ASPN HD here for you. And the kids are just about ready to go. We're going to meet them just a minute. But the weather cooperating for the most part. But ultimately, this is just a day to have fun. And it's really interesting to see all these players who are coming out there nominated by their teammates. It's not their coaches. It's not their family members. It's them trying to pick and choose to see who's going to go out there and represent their team. And it's been a great season so far, and it's going to be a great opportunity to see these kids swing.
Yeah, it's so nice. And they had each team there's 4 selections to the All-Star team. 2 of them are in the Home Run Derby. Maybe they'll overlap a little bit. But so nice that that their peers voted them in. That's really great.
We'll take a quick pause and then introduce these outstanding young players.
Do you want to go grab some frozen yogurt tonight?
Maybe another time. Thanks, though.
Hey, Charles, how do you like your burger?
Ooh, well done, I hope. I love this tree. Hey, honey. We thought we'd try something new.
Family art hour.
Come on, sit down.
Okay, guys, what do you think? That is you.
Oh, you got jokes. You're funny.
That is you, and that is your son, and your other son. Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org.
And we welcome you back here to Elliott Field in Brookline, home of the Brookline Youth Baseball All-Star Game. But you're not here to see me. You're here to see these outstanding athletes to my left and right. So we want to introduce them, starting with the National League.
Hi, my name is Mikey Sullivan. I'm 11 years old and I play for the Padres. Hi, I'm Alec Grabner. I'm 11 years old and I play for the Padres.
Hi, my name is Dylan. I'm 11 years old and I play for the Padres.
Hi, my name is Ryan Chase. I'm 10 years old and I play for the Padres.
My name is Noah. I'm 12 and I play for the Dodgers.
Hi, my name is Danny. I'm 12 years old and I play for the Dodgers.
My name is Kian Dean. I'm 11 years old and I play for the Dodgers.
Hello, I'm Jake. I'm 10 years old and I play for the Dodgers.
Hi, my name is Mendel Zakas. I'm 12 years old and I play for the Phillies.
Hi, my name is Axel and I play for the Phillies.
Hi, my name is Dino Panza and I'm 10 and I play for the Phillies.
Hi, my name is Teddy Greenberg. I'm 11 and I play for the Phillies.
Hey, my name's John Chase. I coach the Padres.
Hi, I'm John Miller, and I coach the Phillies.
Hey, I'm David Carballo. I coach the Dodgers and the NL All-Stars.
And now for the American League.
Hi, my name is Colin O'Connor. I'm 12 years old and I play for the Orioles. Hi, my name is Matthew Trumpa. I'm 11 years old and I play for the Orioles.
Hi, my name is Theo Kaufman. I'm 11 years old and I play for the Orioles. Hi, my name is Haruki and I'm 11 years old and I'm in Orioles and I'm from Japan.
Hi, I'm Bryce Hallendrang. I play for the Red Sox and I'm 12 years old.
Hi, I'm Hudson Hogg. I'm 12 years old and I play for the Red Sox.
Hi, I'm Josiah Kalmus. I'm 12 years old and I play for the Red Sox.
Hi, I'm Aiden New. I'm 11 years old and I play for the Red Sox.
Hi, my name's Tycho Barden. I'm 12 years old and I play for the Cleveland Guardians.
Hi, my name is Kramer Toto. I'm 12 years old and I play for the Cleveland Guardians.
Hi, my name is Max Courier. I'm 11 years old and I'm on the Guardians.
Hi, my name is Ari Block. I'm 12 years old and I represent the Guardians.
My name is Akiva Rossmarin. I am 11 years old and I play for the Guardians.
Jason Hellendrung, manager, Red Sox.
Tim New, assistant coach, Red Sox.
Jim Kalmus, assistant coach, Red Sox.
My name is Data Milka, assistant coach in Orioles.
Mark Hoffman, BYB Orioles family.
Let's go, Bobby!
Bobby O'Connor, assistant coach of the Orioles.
And there you have it. We'll be right back. We're going to have an award ceremony, and we're going to have some baseball for you here in Brookline. Don't go anywhere.
Do you want to go grab some frozen yogurt tonight?
Maybe another time. Thanks, though.
Hey, Charles, how do you like your burger?
Ooh, well done, I hope. I love this tree. Hey, honey. We thought we'd try something new.
Family art hour.
Come on, sit down.
Okay, guys, what do you think? That is you.
Oh, you got jokes. You're funny.
That is you, and that is your son, and your other son.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org.
And we welcome you back here. Before we get underway for this Brookline Youth All-Star Game, we do have a special sportsmanship award that will be given out right now by the head of the Brookline Youth Baseball, Holden Hodgson.
Thanks very much. One of the most important features of our season each year is to evaluate and find a player that exemplifies the great sportsmanship that we hope to develop here in Brookline and BYB. The Sportsmanship Award is named after Herb Silverman, and his family stands behind me here, longtime Brookline resident who emphasized sportsmanship above all else, demanded a lot from players, focus, effort, attitude, but was raising good players and good people above good results, which is important for us as we have all you here and continue to develop you throughout your ages of playing Brookline baseball. So, you know, it's critical that we continue to award this each year and find a player that exemplifies this, and there are so many, really. So each team submitted a player, and it was a tough selection, but, you know, with the idea of the person that shows the most unwavering dedication to the team, no matter if the spotlight was on that person or on that person's teammates, we did make a selection, and this year's award goes to Mendel Zaklos of the Phillies. So let's all hear it for Mendel, the Sportsmanship Award winner. Mendel, please come up. Mendel, this is your award. I'm going to shake your hand, okay? Let's hear it for Mendel, Sportsman of the Year. Great. This is Charlie.
My father would have been very proud of you. Things that are more important than baseball. I know you love it. He's great at it. But sportsmanship is something that's important to all your life. Good luck to you.
Thank you. And let's hear it for the Silverman family. Thank you for joining us. This is really special. Thank you very much.
And we'll be back in just a moment. Baseball to come here on ASPN HD.
Dear moms and dads, we know it's not always been easy, and it's been a lot of hard work. What you have achieved here today is going to help us and our futures. It is why we are coming up on stage to collect your diplomas. Everything I do it for you. Mom, love you always. No, it's true. Everything I do it for
When you graduate, they graduate.
Visit finishyourdiploma.org to find free and supportive adult education centers near you.
And we welcome you back. Just about set to get this Brookline Youth Baseball BYB underway. Already had our home run derby won by Mikey Sullivan of the Padres. He'll be in this all-star game. And everybody will move around. It'll be a 6-inning game. National League up first as the designated road team. And this should be a fun one. Mason Stauff alongside Dave Fleming. 23rd annual Nathan Pup Showstack Major A All-Star game here in Brookline. And the first pitch is grounded right back to the pitcher and on to first. Bryce Hellendrung on the mound in this first inning. And he retires the young Dodger, Cian Deegan.
Yeah, Deegan's first pitch swinging, and Hellendrung watched him warm up. He's got a live fastball. Throws the ball really hard. He's tall, comes over the top, and one pitch, one out.
So Cian Deegan down for the first out. And now to the Phillies. Dino Panza will be hitting second. It will be a 12-man lineup for this National League team, 13 in the American League. We'll take you through it as Hellendrung delivers a strike.
Some heat right there, up and chasing was Panza.
Mikey Sullivan will hit third, then Axel Ham, followed by Denny Carballo. Those 2, 3, 4, and 5 hitters in the National League, all represented in the earlier home run derby. And Alec Rabiner hits 6th, Dylan Farrell 7th, Mendel Zaklos, who was named Sportsman of the Year in the league just about 20 minutes or so ago. Outstanding honor for the young Philly. Noah Levy bats 9th, Ryan Chase 10th, Jake Levy 11th, and Teddy Greenberg hitting 12th. Ball 4 called, and first base runner is Panza.
So Hellendrung was up throughout. He had got the first strike, but then was up in the zone the entire time. Looked like the second pitch he was trying to get up in the zone. This time last couple pitches couldn't bring it down.
And the defense will rotate throughout each of the innings, but at least to start things defensively for the AL, it's Barden behind the plate, Hellendrung on the mound, left to right around the outfield, Huang, Kaufman, and Rosmarin, with Block, Siempa, O'Connor, and Kalmus left to right around the infield.
Swing strike there. Sullivan took a rip at another high pitch.
Takes strike 2 on the fastball. Mikey Sullivan was outstanding in the home run derby. Never looked like he was going to do anything but win it.
Yep.
Ended up with a huge tally in what was the semifinal round as he strikes out there.
Yeah, he was late on the Hellenberg fastball. Hellenberg can fire the baseball.
Bryce Hellendrung, we saw him advance to the second round of the home run derby, but ended there.
Yep, and we talked about Hellendrung loves pitching.
Yes, he does.
I could see why. He really has good command.
And Hellendrung will also hit third in the American League lineup. Mentioned that everything will rotate defensively, though we will stick with the same offense rotation throughout. Would be a nightmare otherwise, as that pitch gets away, and down to second will go Panza, as that one gets past the catcher. A little more on Hellendrung. His highlight of the season was a home run he hit against the Padres, as that's taken for a strike, gets away, the throw down to first, not in time. So it's a strikeout, but a runner reached, and it will remain 1 out. Now runners on the corners as the 2 Phillies occupy the first and third base bags.
This is difficult. A catcher, Barden, Tycho Barden for the Guardians is catching. It's always tough to catch somebody that you haven't caught all season in an all-star game, and the skid is throwing heat. So that one just got a little bit outside, backhanded, and nice play there by Barden.
Barden will catch the first 2 innings behind home plate. Then will give way in the third inning to Josiah Kalmus, who we also saw in the home run derby.
Pitch, you can hear Steve Eddy behind the plate, the umpire. Sometime umpired in Brookline for one of the 30 years. Steve Eddy, an exceptional umpire.
There's a lot of history, of course, in this event. Not only the umpire, but of course, named after Pup Showstack, whose son Arlen on camera today, normally coaching his Orioles, but doing the camera work today for ASPN HD, his own company. Been around this league for the better part of almost 50 years now, but Pup Show Stack got this event named after him at the turn of the millennium now, almost 25 years ago. That one.
Tough one.
That is going to be a tough one, and it's going to find its way down in front of the left fielder. Runner takes third, one run across, and the National League strikes first on a little bit of a bloop double, but they'll take it however they can get it from Denny Carballo.
Yeah, it was like a major league pop-up, and to step in, I saw that go way up in the air, and that's always difficult, whether it's an all-star game or not, for Little Leaguers to catch something like that. That was way up.
Carballo, who advanced to the championship round of the Home Run Derby, did hit one home run in that final round, but keeping it in the family was young Mikey Sullivan after his older brother dominated in historic fashion last year's Home Run Derby. And a strike called, and Helendrung will get the final out of the inning. So a tough call low, but the National League does strike first as Rabiner watched that one for strike 3, and now we'll flip things over to the American League. We will pause in between innings, so we'll stay right here. Mason Stelf, Dave Fleming, and you can see the high quality and extremely outstanding level of play that these young 10 to 12-year-olds have.
Yeah, no question. We've seen some good baseball players. We could get the sense that through the Home Run Derby that there's some really good hitters this year in Brookline youth baseball, as there is every year. Now we're going to get to see them in the field. And I'm really impressed by Helendrung. A little bit of some control problems, but with second and third, he was able to bear down and strike out, get that final out of the inning on a strikeout.
But pitching with the lead to start this bottom of the first will be Axel Hom. He led things off in the Home Run Derby. He leads things off on the mound here for the National League. It'll be Hom on the hill, Mikey Sullivan behind the plate. Left to right around the outfield, Ponza, Levy, and Levy. Jake in center, Noah in right. With Zaklos at the hot corner, Carballo at short, Ryan Chase at second base, and Alec Rabiner over at first for the Padres.
Interesting delivery from Hom. We're watching. He drops down. He can it's almost a sidearm, but he dropped down a little bit. We can see Colin O'Connor waiting to lead this game off for the American League. Had a tremendous World Series last year. Colin O'Connor did.
It'll be O'Connor, Barden, and then the pitcher Helendrung. First three up for the American League. And so Hom waits to deliver that first pitch. Matthew Chempa will hit fourth, followed by Kiva Rasmarin, Hudson Huang, Theo Kaufman, Primer Toto as that pitch taken low for a ball. Then it is Josiah Kalmas, Haruki Oka, Max Courier, Hayden New, and Aryeh Block.
O'Connor with speed. If he hits it on the ground, he says good chance.
Fouls that one off. Again, we'll have a 6-inning game here. Weather has cooperated with us. The wind has been interesting, to say the least. When we started the Home Run Derby, it was blowing dead out toward left center. At one point, it had completely flipped 180 degrees and it was blowing in toward home plate. Things have kind of calmed down here, and it looks like we will escape rain during the course of play today, though that might still happen later on tonight.
Nice pitch. That's Hom where he drops down a little bit, almost to a sidearm position. Swing, good cut by O'Connor.
And Hom, obviously one of the taller players out there as well, so also gets that interesting arm angle and can vary it up. Colin O'Connor, as Dave mentioned, leading things off for the American League. Prefers to play shortstop as his natural position. Takes that one above his head and takes a walk.
Now we're going to have an interesting matchup here. Colin O'Connor is a speedster, and you have Mikey Sullivan behind the plate who has a cannon. So we're going to see, it's an interesting, let's see if he goes here. Let's see if, again, normally Arlen Shostak is coaching third base right here, but we have his assistant. And we'll see if he sends him in this All-Star game.
We will meet all the coaches as the game goes along. O'Connor at first, that one chopped foul at home plate. O'Connor not only speedy on the base paths, but he is an outstanding young hockey player. Plays for the Boston Junior Bruins, travels internationally as part of that premier program here in youth hockey. Loves to go to Quebec to compete in hockey tournaments. And that one delivered back up the middle. O'Connor rounds second, heads for third, and he will get in there standing up as a great piece of hitting by Tycho Barden.
Yeah, Barden nicely brought his hands in. Was able to turn it right up the middle. And, yeah, nicely done. And O'Connor with a good jump off of first base. Didn't hit second base, didn't even look, he just kept going. And then I like what he did. He rounded third base to try to draw a throw. Didn't happen, but good opportunity now for the AL.
So the AL trailing 1-0, but not for long as Hellendrung delivers that one out to center. O'Connor had to head back, but that one was ultimately dropped. The throw to third is not in time, and Hellendrung takes second. We're not going to score this officially, I don't think, but that would be an E8. Tattooed, but...
That was a bullet, right? Hellendrung hit a bullet, and Jake Levy just went right through his glove, or it looked like, and again, no shame there. That thing was a bomb. We have two Dodgers in the outfield, and you could see Jake looked over at his teammate in right field. He's like, oh, what am I going to do with that? That thing was about 200 miles an hour out there. So we made a good play just to get a glove on it, and then a nice throw into third base.
So 1 in, no out, 2 on for the American League as they are in business for Matty Ciempa.
Nice play by Sullivan to stop that with a runner on third.
Fastball gets Ciempa swinging.
Yeah, that's one where Hom drops down, but that time he dropped down, it was a high pitch. So that kind of, he was a little rising fastball sometimes. Really difficult to pick up his baseball. He's got a herky-jerky movement and different arm angles, different slots, so it's tough for the batters to pick up.
Ciempa, like so many of these individuals, loves his video games. I appreciate that he loves playing the show with his younger brother, Teddy.
Wow. All right.
I can tell you that I don't know if I loved playing video games with my siblings. I loved beating my siblings, but I don't know if I loved playing with them. But down on strikes, and so that is...
Oh, there it goes.
Yep.
That's a tough pitch.
Yeah.
He tried to check his swing. He looked back at Steve Eddy, the umpire. He said, nope, sorry, you went. Definitely broke his wrist.
So now Akiva Rosmarin loves the whole season. Couldn't pick just one moment. You can't blame him for that. Also a guitarist and a drummer.
Nice.
I don't know if he could do them both at the same time, but if he could, one-man band for sure. Also loves biking, go-karting, traveling with his family.
Ooh, that.
And did not make contact with the hitter, but certainly got back toward the backstop, and swiping home on the play was the Guardian coming in from third, and just like that, the American League has the 2-1 lead.
Hellendrung stayed on second base. Probably should have been over third.
Probably.
Yeah, okay.
That one curving toward foul territory, but gloved there in fair territory. Out there by a really nice left-fielded catch by Dino Panza.
Yeah, good catch by Panza. Ranged all the way over to the line and got his feet set. And what I liked he did as well, after he caught the ball, he made sure he got it in. He knew he had a runner on second base, and he got it into third.
So Axel Hom has surrendered the lead. That said, now 2 outs in the inning. Still plenty of time to go as Hudson Huang digs in for the Red Sox. And takes a strike on the outside corner. You're going to see a wide strike zone in an all-star exhibition game. Anything close, you better be swinging at it. And Huang takes strike 3. Had 3 hits, 4 runs batted in against the Dodgers, but goes down looking there, and that brings us to the end of 1 inning of play. So the AL strikes back. They give up 1 in the top of the inning. They score 2 in the bottom. And as we head to the top of the second inning here in Brookline, it's the AL leading in 2-1 over the NL on ESPN HD. We'll be right back.
Man, it's lonely. Like, going through life lonely.
There is the therapeutic aspect of music, just expressing how you feel.
I'm going to talk to Howie about his feelings, make it into a song.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. What about those barbecues you plan in detail for your family? Or your daughter's first costume party? It was out of this world. The same way you plan each detail for those moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts. Prepare an emergency kit and make a family communications plan. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make.
Hellendrung pitched the first inning and now cedes things to Theo Kaufman in that trademark Oriole orange out on the hill now.
Yeah, Kaufman looks like he has an interesting delivery. It comes right over the top. He kind of, let's take a look at what he's, right over the top. He kind of gets everything into it. A lot of kids you'll see don't use their leg. It's all arms. This look like he's using his legs, and that's kind of a nice over-the-top delivery.
Yeah, if he can just use a little bit more of that back leg, and again, we are talking about individuals who are not even in their teen years yet, but you get that big push off that back leg and really catapult him forward. He's already got plenty of speed, and he's even leaning back a bit.
Right, I know he's not a big kid,
no,
but he has good arm speed, and he throws the ball pretty hard.
I mean, we did see Mikey Sullivan, who is not the tallest or biggest guy out there by any stretch, but boy, does he have a nice smooth swing and was dominant in the home run derby. So cannot judge things solely by their size here, as it'll be Dylan Farrell, Mendel Zaklos, and Noah Levy, the three due up for the National League in the top of the second inning. After this half inning, we'll have a chance to sit down with Holden Hodgson, the head of Brookline Youth Baseball. He'll join me in the broadcast. I won't say the broadcast booth. The broadcast table in foul territory, as that one chopped on 2 hops to third. Nice glove there at the hop corner. That's going to be just a little bit too high. It'll take the first baseman off the bag. But initially, an outstanding play over at third base.
Yeah, absolutely. Great
but
play
Hudson
at third.
Wong over there at third in this second inning. And everybody's moving around, so. But it is Hudson Wong at third
Yeah,
base.
beautiful play by Wong. And throw a little high, pull the first baseman off the bag, but it's still a really good play.
Haruki Oka almost was able to hold it. Would have been extremely impressive if he had. But that puts Farrell on to start the second. And now it's Mendel Zaklos. Swings through that one.
It was great to see Zaklos win that Sportsman of the Year, as you mentioned. Presented there by the Silverman family. And he earned that for dedication to the team. And throughout the league, there was a lot of good deserving candidates, but Mendel Zaklos was that winner. It's such a nice award.
Second player we've seen today that lists chess as a hobby is he swings through that one. That was
so first.
The runner was moving. I think he thought that ball hit the turf, and they have him in a pickle, and he is out. Turns into an unceremonious strike him out, throw him out double play, and the American League turns it nicely. NL has the base paths wiped.
So it was a drop third strike, but first base was occupied, so they didn't have to go. They didn't have to throw down there, but that confused the runner at first, Farrell, and they were able to get him at second base. Yeah, it's a double play.
And so now the first of the 2 Levies up for the National League. Noah is first. His highlight of the season, understandably, a come-from-behind win in the rain against the Phillies. You always remember those types of games, and that one's tattooed out toward right center. That's going to get all the way out toward the fence, but good coverage. We talked about O'Connor and his speed. He held him to a single there solely because of that speed.
Right, no, it was great. He got over there quickly. I thought for sure that was going in the gap. It was hit hard enough, but O'Connor got over there. It looks like the grass might be a little high as well, but O'Connor got up there and cut that off. Really nice play, Colin O'Connor.
So that brings up Ryan Chase with 2 out and 1 on. Swings at the first pitch and chops that one foul down the third base line toward the Phillies coach, who's manning the third base bag.
Seen a couple good plays, and then you remember, hey, it's the All-Star game.
Yep.
These guys are good. That was a couple of nice defensive plays.
Yeah, the Phillies, team that is expected to do well.
Yep.
A couple different coaches listed for the Phillies, including John Miller and Teddy Greenberg. Sorry, not John Miller is the coach of the Phillies down there at third base. Greenberg at the base of that batting order, as they're going to have to eat that one.
Yep.
Dribbler back toward the hill.
Probably Huang's ball, but if you're Theo Kaufman and you see that play you could make, you're probably going to go for that. I think, yeah, in hindsight, Huang had better angle at it, probably more momentum toward first.
Obviously here to watch and celebrate these young players. That said, I can't help but mention that Coach Miller, one of his hobbies, as that one hit out towards center, and that will be gloved there by O'Connor. Just to finish the thought, Coach Miller lists social justice work, including writing legal briefs for the Supreme Court, as a hobby. That sounds like a job, and not necessarily one that I would enjoy. That said, that will do it for the top of the second. So we will briefly pause as we welcome in Holden Hodgson here at the midpoint of this second inning, and just adjust some things here. And as we welcome here, as the National League heads back out for the bottom of the second inning, it'll be Deegan on the mound for the Dodgers. And Holden, thanks for joining us. It's a day that, again, if you looked at the forecast yesterday, things looked a little bit foreboding, but a little bit of wind, but all things considered, able to get it in. It's just great to have everybody out here.
Yeah, fantastic. Red sky at morning, sailor steak morning, didn't hold true today, so we've been blessed with good weather to carry us through. Had a bit of a wind blowing out to begin the home run derby, and we had some luck with that, so that was nice to see some balls leave the park and then carry through to the actual game. So we're seeing the best of our majors division here, and a lot of kids I've come to know with my time in majors, and also having kids that play in around this age group. So it's a fantastic day for BYB. I'm just happy to be a part of it.
And obviously, again, this is a historic area, historic league. 23rd year, if I'm not mistaken, in consecutive fashion that we've had this type of an all-star game here. But just for literally decades, the BYB has been able to put out an outstanding level of talent, but just outstanding young men as well.
That's agreed. Yeah, raising great players and great sports is important, and an emphasis for us, so that when we go play other towns and show up, that we demonstrate the best of what we can do both athletically and then as people. And that goes to the heart of the Herb Silverman Award, which we awarded earlier to Mendel Zaklos, and there's just so many other players that show great sportsmanship all the time, as well as being great athletes.
And obviously, it's not every major program at any level that can put out their all-star game on any type of media. But just to have this, and obviously a great turnout for parents and fans, but for those that couldn't attend, to be able to either watch this on tape delay or just watch this for the first time if they couldn't make it in person, how special is that?
It's great. And frankly, I've been told of kids and players that were involved year after year going back and watching the YouTube for ASBN again and again and again, because it's great entertainment, it's a great memento. It's a live yearbook for where we spend most of our springs here at Elliott and throughout Brookline in the spring majors. We had a great event for the younger AAA teams and even below that, but this is the one we choose to broadcast because it's the best product we have, and we can get behind that, and hopefully that's the springboard for all these kids to play competitively into the summer, into their next major seasons, and then ultimately to the big diamond, and hopefully high school too. So we're really trying to raise baseball players for life.
That pitch gets away, heading down towards second base. Theo Kaufman takes second with Kramer Toto at the dish for the Guardians. And obviously you've been around this league for a long time now. How great is it to see siblings go through the program on the way, and then, like you said, move on, and now you have the younger siblings and you have families that have been around BYB for literally generations?
It's really impressive. Like when when we were awarding the Silverman Award, there was an interaction where, someone's husband had played and earned the Silverman Award decades ago, right? And now their grandkid is playing here at this age. It's pretty fantastic. Those legacies, that's why we want kids to show up and take it seriously, because, you leave your mark and people will remember. And that's important. And again, to be able to be here and enjoy it, it's pure entertainment, right? The stress is out. It's just competition and entertainment on the sporting field.
And speaking of entertainment, I have to think back to the Home Run Derby just a couple of hours ago. And again, another Sullivan putting on an absolute show. How fun is it to watch that Home Run Derby and see, like you said, that level of talent that's out there? But again, another Sullivan hitting balls over the fence.
Yeah, legacy time for Laurie Sullivan, the batting coach there, throwing the BP and then the kids just delivering bombs. Great to see. So, the energy that comes out of a home run at this park. Again, it's the only park we have a proper home run fence at the small diamond. It's important. It demonstrates just how good these players are, and we want to see more home runs, not less, and hopefully a lot of home runs hit this summer against our town's rival competition.
And that one got away, but nice snag there by Carballo off the high hop on the fence. Keeps Kaufman at third. Kaufman at third, Toto at second with Josiah Calma. Speaking of the Home Run Derby, he was in that one. And chops that one foul at home plate to keep the at-bat alive. Do you ever get a chance to play in one of these yourself?
Unfortunately, no, I did not. But lifelong fan of baseball, and my kids are around still to try and earn their spots here. You got to play and earn your spot on these teams. That's why it's important. The dugouts for those that are getting coached as all-stars in this game, and then the regular spring games are for those that have chose to try out and be on. Our teams. Our spring teams are obviously all-inclusive. We roster everyone that signs up, but in the summer we have more competitive teams, and we really want to raise, again, the best caliber baseball players, and this is a good cross-section of those players. They've earned their way here.
And you mentioned Laurie Sullivan, obviously the mom of the now back-to-back reigning champion Sullivan brothers, who have won the Home Run Derby. As that one will get toward home, and Justin in front of the tag as taking second, Haruki Oka driving in a couple to extend this American League lead.
Well, Mikey almost nailed him from right field on a
certainly
cut four.
Did.
Yeah, that was a close play. This is exciting.
But talk about the parents and as well as the coaches in this league, and just how important it is to have that support system for these great young athletes.
Well, the dedication is apparent at all times. I mean, if you can think about one example would be the weather that we've had this spring, and having to get fields in shape, while the town is off duty over the weekend, just to make sure we can play baseball. We've had town volunteers out here, literally putting hard labor in at this field, at all of our other fields at the other age groups. That's an example of that. The board that I run is full of parent volunteers that put in more time than I think is appreciated by so many, and we're very thankful for all of them. This is a purely volunteer-driven organization, and the results, are a reflection of how much time and effort they put in, and then parents getting their kids to the field. I mean, it's a non-negligible task to get you here all the time with the right attitude, with the right gear, prepared to play. And frankly, we get them here, and hats off to all the parents. And hopefully they come and enjoy this when it's time to just watch, right, rather than the stress of logistics and going between places, right?
I think the parents stress no matter what.
Yeah.
But as Dino Panza takes over on the pitcher's mound, a couple runs in for the American League. Is still early in this all-star game, but American League, after falling behind 1-0 in the top of the first, has rallied for a couple in each of the next two innings. But just a lot of fun so far, and still a lot more to go as now the Guardian steps in. That's Max Courier, wearing number 2 for the Guardians. Take that pitch top stride of the strike zone for a called strike. Can't argue with the turnout, though. Got kids and families, some perched out on that hill out in center, as Sullivan grabs that one. Took a circuitous route to the baseball, but got there nonetheless. You think the kids feel more stress, or you think it's just fun to be out there in an all-star game?
I'm surprised either way, frankly. Like you feel like they should enjoy it, and then sometimes you find out like, okay, well, there's time to be stressed so you can deliver. They always show up, and I think the best thing is, whether they're getting to first base or going back to the dugout, most of them are just, they just know there's more baseball coming, and they're going to get other opportunities, whether in this game or other games, and so they're starting to round into better baseball players, where it's not one play that wins or loses any game, that it's a team game that gets played the right way, and you play 6 innings to win as a result, and and I think that the kids who do that, whether they're upset in a moment, really just get over it and get back to playing. So like proper stress in the moment, but getting over it and then getting to the next time, and then the moment the game's over, it's it's pizza or burgers and time with friends, right, which is the best part too.
And luckily, you got a pizza place as one of your sponsors, and got an ice cream place as well, and ultimately a great set of support, whether it's the parents, the coaches, the sponsors, and you as kind of the head of the whole thing. But we can't thank you enough for stopping by. Hopefully we'll continue to see you for many, many years to come here with BYB, and cannot thank you enough for having the conversation with me.
Thanks for having us, and again, thanks for plugging the sponsors. We have 6 sponsors for our majors teams and 1 for our nascent Brookline Youth Softball League, which we're happy to launch this year. So sponsorship's going a long way. Thank you to those sponsors, and thank you for having me, and go BYB.
Of course. That's Holden Hodgson, the head of the Brookline Youth Baseball here. And American League continuing to extend their lead. We'll take a brief pause, and when we come back, Dave Fleming will rejoin me as we head to the 3rd here from Brookline.
I don't remember how it started. Our back and forth. Victory. Fumble. Repeat. It always came back.
Dad! Okay, here we go, throw it! Yeah.
You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.
Nice.
Two innings in the books. American League leads by a count of 4-1. And with the AL leading it by that 3-run margin, things turned over to Tycho Barden, who was behind the plate for innings 1 and 2. And there's nothing better after you've catched for a couple of innings or caught for a couple of innings than to head out there and now get to deliver the pitches yourself.
Yeah, no question. You're in the flow of the game now. Early game jitters, if they were there, they're gone. And you're out there, hopefully firing some strikes if you're in the AL. Ooh, that's a little up.
So we have the young Philly up first. That's Teddy Greenberg at the bottom of this National League order. Greenberg.
Teddy chased that one.
Yeah, he did.
Barton's got a smile on his face. I think he got away with
I
that
will
one.
say this, there is nothing in an all-star game that you want less than to go down looking.
Right.
So if it's close, even if you look a little bit foolish, swing the heck out of it.
Right, you're going to hack. You got to hack in the all-star game. You don't want to walk either.
Nope. No walks. No strikeouts looking. That one gets away, but there was actually a tip.
Yeah.
And that will keep Greenberg at the dish.
Yeah, Barton's been up in the strike zone, but he's getting some help here. 2-2.
The 2-2 is upstairs.
Yeah.
Greenberg's favorite highlight of the season is getting hits off of his fellow All-Stars.
That was like a future highlight.
Yeah.
Well, let's see if it comes true.
And that will be fouled off out toward Arlen Shostak, coach turned cameraman today. Like many of these athletes, Greenberg, musically inclined as well, enjoys playing the piano. And the 3-2
Oh.
is just
Wow.
outside.
Okay.
He took the walk.
He took it.
As we say, you don't want to take a walk.
I don't think he believed it was a walk, but there was no call from Steve
No.
Eddy. I don't know. Maybe it was outside. We can't tell from here.
We cannot. We do not have a good angle. We have a great angle
Luckily.
down the left field line to see if something's fair or foul.
Right.
And there was a home run or a lack thereof, I
Yes.
should say, in the home run derby that we thought was a home run.
I think it's controversial.
Yeah.
Ooh, there's some heat. Throwing hard now.
Back to the top of the order. And
second base is a little bit out of alignment.
Welcome to Little League Baseball.
Right. Yeah. There you go. Yeah, these bases aren't anchored down, usually for safety.
So
Let them
Kian
move.
Dehen back in there. Loves to play catcher. Loves to gun anybody down that he can at the second and third base bag when they're trying to snag a base. Did that once in the same game, which was his highlight of the season. Four-sport athlete: baseball, soccer, basketball, and a golfer. Someone of my own liking.
Yeah, nice swing there. Blasted it right off of Barden's glove way all the way into the outfield.
So
that
the
was a good cut.
Yes, it was.
Nice turn. Did you see that? Great hit.
So the National League down a couple of runs, but in business here in the top of the third inning. You're joining a little bit late. We'll play 6, but we will play 6 regardless of who's winning at the top of the 6th inning. Everyone will get their full complement of cracks. As here is Dino Panza, came in to finish off the second inning on the mound. He's expected to pitch the third as well. We'll see if any plans change with his earlier than expected relief appearance.
He threw hard.
Yeah, he did.
Really hard.
That pitch is up and away from Barden. Greenberg at second after the leadoff walk, with Dean at first after that blistering single. And that one up and in.
So Barden trying to find the strike zone again. Sometimes throw a little. You have the tendency to want to throw too hard in a game like this, maybe.
And second walk of the frame conceded by Barden, and that will load the bases. We've had plenty of action in these first couple of innings, but this is the first time the bases are loaded.
Look who's coming up.
Yeah, this is not the guy you want to load the bases for. Our reigning home run derby champion, Mikey Sullivan. And he would probably take a grand slam in the All-Star game over winning the home run derby itself.
I would think so. He jumped in that first pitch, kind of out low and inside. But I think may have had it in his mind he's swinging it.
Well, this is the hard thing for Barden.
Right.
2 walks in the inning. So you got to throw strikes with the bases loaded, but this is not the guy you want to throw strikes to.
Can't pitch around him, nowhere to put him.
Mikey Sullivan just looks so comfortable in the batter's box. We saw him make a nice snag out in right field in the last half inning as well. This one hit high in the air on the infield. Infield fly should be called. It is. And so Sullivan, just the first out, but it's an important first out for Barden.
I think Barden threw a breaking ball there. It was the first one we've seen.
Well, you know that Sullivan's going to be trying to jump on anything, so maybe got a little bit in front of it, and that's exactly what happened. And so that will still leave the bases loaded, less than 2 out. And now Axel Hamm, starting pitcher for the National League, and plenty of pop in his bat himself. Hamm ducks under that one. Gets ball 1 called in his favor. Does have a trio of homers on the season, all of which make up his favorite highlight of the year. Also loves soccer, basketball, video game player himself, and like so many, hanging out with friends, which is exactly what you want to do when you're between the ages of 10 and 12. Hanging out with your buddies is the best thing ever.
Yep.
And there's nothing worse than growing up and realizing you don't get a chance to hang with your friends as much as you did when you were a kid.
Yeah, you're like, what? It's surprising.
You have to organize plans.
Right, there's planning. Ooh, swung at 3-0. Sure, why not?
And as much as you complain about going to school, the opportunity to see your friends 5 days a week, what more can you ask for?
Right. We just didn't know at the time.
Nope. And ball 4 will walk in a run.
Yeah, a little upstairs.
So mound visit, and there will be a pitching change as well as the stand-in coach for the Orioles today. Normally that would be Arlen Shostak, but with Arlen on camera duty today, that means he has turned things over to his assistant coach, Mark Kaufman. It's a 3-man coaching operation for this Orioles. Coach Kaufman alongside Coach Shostak and Coach Oka. All of which we were able to introduce in the opening.
Yeah, Bobby O'Connor as well. That's right.
It is a family affair, this Orioles team, which there has been an Orioles program in the Brookline Youth Baseball League for now 5 consecutive decades. Originally Pups Shostak squad, and obviously that crossover with Arlen where the two of them would coach together, and now this is Arlen's team.
Yeah, it's impressive. It's the 23rd annual Nathan Pop Shostak Major A All-Star Game.
Yeah.
We're happy to be here.
We
It's a lot of
certainly
fun.
are.
This is swung in about, I believe.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
good arm action. It looks like he it's good fastball. Look like he throws strikes just in the.
It's actually Aiden New on the bench or on the hill.
Thank you. Good stop back to the plate there.
Yeah. Behind the plate in this 3rd inning for the American League, it's Josiah Kalmus.
Oh, look.
So, as we mentioned, Aiden New on the hill. As that one hit back through the left-hand side just under the shortstop's glove. Everybody will advance 60 feet. That one scoots past the catcher, and it's going to kick to the side. The underhand flip is not in time, and 2 runs will score. And just like that, the National League has tied this game. And then trying to get a little greedy with it, coming home. But
I thought you got under it.
Yeah, Hom called out at home plate. The game is tied at 4, but Hom wanted to give the National League back the lead that they had in the top of the 1st.
That
and they almost got it.
I think he was under that for sure. I think it was, but I don't know. Steve Eddy with the call.
Regardless, that one pitch getting away on the relay throw home.
Yeah, this early, I mean, youngsters, pitchers should back up home plate, but in Little League, most people don't do that. Most kids don't do it. Nice stop.
Wouldn't be surprised if the Red Sox didn't do it the way they've been playing defense lately. As that one is very close at 3rd. The slide actually ended up a full foot short, but then that little extra scoop forward was able to do enough to get there, and a really nice play at the end of it all by the Dodger coming into 3rd base.
And I like what Kalmus did there to get the out at the plate. Had a nice underhand flip.
Yep.
And smart heads up pitcher covering the plate as he should.
It was Carballo who really made a nice textbook.
Oh,
now he's going to try and take home. The throw to the plate is in time, and Carballo out trying to snag home.
Nice execution. 2 outs there at the home plate.
And credit over on the pitcher's mound by New to recognize the runner coming home, and now Carballo limping off. But credit to New, comforting him the whole way. That's just great sportsmanship there. We heard Commissioner Hodgson mentioning how important sportsmanship was, and that's textbook right there. Hopefully Carballo is all right.
Yeah, we didn't see that on camera. It was still focused on the plate area, but that was, you're right, beautiful thing to see there. Great sportsmanship, as you said, by the pitcher, Red Sox pitcher.
Yeah. So with those 2 plays out at home, the National League has tied things up As we head to the bottom of the third inning, American League, third crack at it, trying to retake the lead. Gives us an opportunity to meet some of these American League coaches. We already mentioned the 4-member staff of this Orioles coaching group. But in addition to those Orioles coaches, you have Jason Hellendrung coaching his son for this Red Sox squad. Oliver Barden coaching the Guardians. And over in the National League, we mentioned John Miller, the Supreme Court legal brief writer for the Phillies. John Chase, head coach of the Padres, and David Carballo, head coach of the Dodgers. And speaking of the Carballos, here comes Danny. Looks like he was able to shake things off on that slide at home plate after he came up just a little bit short on his slide at third.
Right.
But has shook things off and now takes over on the hill.
Yeah, he did an adventure on the bases. And it was a good try. Almost like a delayed steal.
Yep.
Catcher threw it back to the pitcher, and but they were on it. So, but I like the idea. I don't know if the little a coach may have been in his ear to try that, but always good to take a chance, especially if there's 2 outs. Why not?
So Carballo not expected to pitch, at least on the initial rotation, but with the relief work that they had to do in the second inning, that gives Carballo an opportunity to pitch this third. And swung on and missed. Final hitter in this lineup for the American League is R.A. Block.
Carballo throws hard, so good pitching in this game. Brookline Youth Baseball has developed strong pitching. They're known for that. They're known for their all-star teams, known for their great summer league play.
As Block fouls that one off.
He's way late. Oh.
And gloved over at first. And Block retired. His highlight of the season was hitting a double off of his teammate Bryce Hellendrung.
Well, that was a good piece of hitting there. He was very late on the fastball. That time he got around on it nicely. Almost pulled it down the line for a double.
And back to the top of the order with Colin O'Connor. And my personal favorite walkout song I've heard so far, Green Onions. Somebody knows his Sandlot. By far my favorite sports movie of all time.
Yeah.
O'Connor has reached base already and made a beautiful play out in center field to turn what looked like a surefire double into a single.
That was a changeup. Wow, it makes the fastball look a lot faster.
Yeah, it does.
Wow.
That one inside, count 3 balls and a strike.
Carballo and O'Connor smiling at each other as Carballo backed him off the plate.
A little gamesmanship even in an all-star game, as that one will run the count full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. O'Connor and the Orioles, regular season champs, 9 wins, 3 losses. Ended up taking it by just a half game over the Red Sox, who finished 8-3-1. Guardians were 6-6, Dodgers 5-7, Padres 4-7-1, Phillies 3-9. But once you get to the playoff standings, could mean some favorable matchups, but you never really know when it comes to youth baseball, as O'Connor takes first and then moved second on the high throw over at third.
Good at bat by Colin O'Connor.
Yep.
He fouled off a couple of pitches, and that time he was able to hit the ball on the ground. Once he hits it on the ground, forget it. There's no chance. A slow roller like that, he's just too fast. And he drew a Zoclos. Not much. He had to try to get rid of it quickly and threw it away. O'Connor's at second base.
The playoffs are scheduled to start tomorrow, as the Padres and the Dodgers will meet in the 4-5 matchup tomorrow, as long as the weather allows things. 3-6 matchup will come your way on Thursday, with the Guardians hosting the Phillies as the designated home team in the 3-seed spot. Nice slide by O'Connor as he takes third. And then the first round byes by the Orioles and Red Sox. They will await the winners of those first 2 matchups in a doubleheader coming your way on Sunday at 4 o'clock for the Red Sox against the Phillies Guardians winner and the Orioles against the Padres Dodgers winner, following at 6 o'clock. It is a double elimination format, of course, so there is a consolation bracket that can make their way all the way to the championship round still. You have to lose twice, but obviously you want to take those first couple of games and make your lives a lot easier, as that one falls in left field, and the American League, having surrendered their lead, takes it right back.
Yeah, nice piece of hitting right there. That was Barden with picked a high one, smashed it down into left field.
And here comes Bryce Hellendrung. Mentioned his dad, the head coach of this Red Sox squad. Hellendrung started this game on the hill, has since moved around to left field. We'll also see him out at shortstop in the next half inning. But with the lead, 5-4 in favor of the AL. That pitch bounced well in front of the turf, and Barden moves up into scoring position.
You see sometimes Carballo tries to reach back and get a little extra. I mean, pulled it a little bit down too much. Same thing.
Speaking of, yeah. That is the one thing at this age level, you can have plenty of power. There's still the location to deal with, as well as it's tough to get the same delivery every single pitch at this age. So you see that sometimes he tries to reach back a little bit more, and everything else comes out of rhythm when you do that. Easy enough for me to say as I sit at the press box table over here. And
sure,
I tried pitching. I can tell you that my first high school start, I faced 3 batters. I walked all 3 and was lifted from the game. So that was, so I can criticize, but I really have no place to do so.
Well, I couldn't do it either. So that's all right. That's why in an all-star game, these coaches have 12, 13 good arms they can go to. Someone doesn't have it, they'll just go to the next one. And Carballo, he looked good out there. He can throw the ball. I'm sure he's a good pitcher today. Just put a couple guys on. And coach is going to try somebody else.
And again, Carballo was not supposed to pitch if everything went according to plan.
Yes.
And he turns things over to his fellow Dodger, Jake Levy, another player who is not expected to pitch today. But hey, it's an all-star game.
Sure.
If you can pitch, you can pitch.
Right.
And again, there are a couple of squads that need to keep in mind that they are expected to play tomorrow and on Thursday.
Yeah.
So that is the one thing to keep in mind, is that while it's all fun and games today, there are arms that you have to be wary of for your games over the next 24 or 48 hours. As that pitch gets away, trying to throw home, that's going to be tight, and he's out.
Well, I got him. It looked like he slid under that again, but
yeah, I think that would be a little bit different if it was a playoff game.
Yeah, it could be. Levy threw a breaking ball there, and Hellendrung with some good base running made it all the way around to third base.
It's probably the first true bounce we've had off of that backstop. There's some equipment that goes behind there. There's some piping, and so it's very difficult to get a bounce that goes right back to where it's supposed to go, as that one nearly hit off the ground, but ends up being gloved over at second base and putting away for the final out of the inning are the NL. So we've played 3. The American League has retaken the lead, and they lead at 5-4 heading to the 4th here on ESPN HD.
There are a lot of words I would use to describe my daughter. Kind, strong, hilarious. When I think about how much she's experienced in her life, on a journey that we're now on together as a family,
I'll make you something to eat, okay?
we can't help but be inspired by her every day.
Hey, Mom, we're about to start the movie. Oh, yeah, I'll be right there. Okay.
So really, We're the lucky ones. Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org.
We are at the midway point of this BYB All-Star Game here from Brookline and Elliott Park. Mason Stelf, Dave Fleming, 5-4. The American League leads it at this midpoint. We've seen some strong pitching. We've seen some strong hitting. Some really fun base running.
Yep. Some daring base running.
Yeah, absolutely.
About three plays at the plate.
All three outs.
Right.
And now it's O'Connor who will head to the hill. Pick him out pretty easily, that flowing mane of hair a la Noah Syndergaard back in the day.
Ah. And, he has the good speed. We saw him make the nice play in center field. He also, he's really active as a fielder on the mound. It gives you another infielder. We saw him do that in the World Series last year. He throws hard. He didn't like the call. That was one where catcher kind of moved a little bit, bounced off, catcher didn't receive it. And still looked like it was over the plate. But.
And this is a battle of a pitcher and hitter with probably the most robust eye black application on the face. It's full on down the cheeks of O'Connor and similar for the hitter at the plate.
Yeah.
As Teddy Greenberg, or not Teddy Greenberg, excuse me. That's Alex Rabiner of the Padres who swings through that one.
Yeah, also number 22.
Yep.
Not easy in the All-Star games.
No. Rabiner heads down to first base, and his favorite highlight of the season is anytime he gets a chance to pitch to Dino Panza. The two of them are great friends. Rivals, of course, in terms of the teams, as Panza on the Phillies, Rabiner on the Padres. But again, that's the fun part of this as well, is when you're in these youth baseball programs. Of course, you get a chance to play with your friends a lot of times, but playing against your friends can be just as fun. As this one ripped back towards short, a little backhand, and Hellendrung, the flip throw to second, got through the second baseman's glove. I think the second baseman is trying to say maybe
ran on the
runner's
baseline.
interference, and he's going to get it.
Right. Okay. He made that appeal to the base umpire. That, I guess, knocked him out of the way on his way there, or is it on the baseline? I don't know. Pretty good.
Yeah. Hey, if you can get the call, why not? And ended up getting the call.
Pretty good. Maybe you could be writing Supreme Court briefs as well someday.
Yeah, Hudson Huang over at second base made the petition to our volunteer umpire over at second and got the call.
So Collins kind of hasn't found the plate entirely, but the last couple of batters have helped out by swinging at high pitches.
And Zaklos that time swinging out toward the right fielder. Glove there by, I believe that's Kempa
Matty.
of the Orioles.
Yeah, Matty Kempa.
Throw down to second, and if they got the tag on him, they did not. And he's safe. Throw just slightly to the right of the second base bag is trying to scamper over was Hellendrung.
And Josiah Kalmus, nice throw down there.
Kalmus behind the plate for this fourth inning. O'Connor, that one's hit well. That could go for extra bases. That will at the very least tie the game. Motoring into second base and getting there standing up is the young Dodger, Noah Levy. And we're tied at 5.
Oh, great piece of hitting there. It took a breaking ball. First breaking ball we've seen from O'Connor. He smashed it into center field for the double.
So back and forth baseball here as the AL led it 1-0. Or sorry, the NL led it 1-0. Then the AL tied it up. Ended up taking a 4-1 lead before the NL responded to tie things up at 4. And now here we are in a 5-5 ball game. Still in the top of the fourth inning.
Yeah, this is a good one. It's a fun one here.
Exactly what you want from an all-star game.
Right.
A little bit of everything as
Infield's
Ryan
in.
Chase takes that pitch high. And
excuse me. Infield in, shortstop's in anyway. Ellendrung a little bit in here.
Chase hit a triple this season. That's his #1 memory, in addition to just playing baseball with his friends. He's actually 10 years old, does play in the 11-year-old age group, but one of the younger players. Enjoys football, basketball, also lists wiffle ball, which every kid loves. And then just hanging out with his friends and family. Member of the Triple Crown Kings as his club team.
Yep. It's exciting to be up here as a 10-year-old. So he's got a bright future in this Brookline Youth Baseball League for sure.
You'll always have a place on a baseball roster if you hit from the left-hand side as well. As that pitch bounces in, and he's going to take second. Great heads-up base running as the pitch got away. And wise beyond his years, the young 10-year-old takes second on a walk.
Yeah, what a great heads-up baseball. Good base running there. All right, Colin has to find the plate now.
Yep.
I don't know if he's trying to overthrow, but
so runners on second and third, and here's Jake Levy.
That time Colin kind of slowed things down, and here he comes.
And runner is going to be safe at the plate. Pitch gets away. You can see Chase, he's thinking about it.
Right.
If they're not aware of what he's doing at any time, he's willing to swipe that bag if he gets an opportunity.
Thomas with a nice flip again. Yeah. Almost had him. A little kind of high, but good flip, and O'Connor couldn't just pull it down. O'Connor's so athletic, he almost had that.
So Jake Levy, a chance to extend what is now a 1-run National League lead. He might not have to as Chase holds up at third. Another flip. O'Connor has that one scoot away. Can't take anything for granted at this level. Pass balls, wild pitches, funny bounces, everything happens at this gauge. That's a good pitch.
Right, how to come back there, especially you can see Colin was a little bit, took a kind of aside after he threw that prior one to the backstop, but to come right back shows a lot of courage. Gets a little help there. Levy swung at a high pitch that time.
Those high pitches at every age level, all the way up to the major leagues, you throw something up there, you know you shouldn't swing at it, but you will always swing at it.
But they look so good.
It does. It really does. And ball 4. Got to make sure that you're keeping an eye on Chase.
Right, let's see if he takes off the second. Nope. Stayed there. Thought maybe they'd pull that automatic go.
So runners on the corners for Teddy Greenberg.
Did he lead this inning off?
No, he did
not.
not.
Okay, good. I thought we saw him recently. I guess not.
It's been a long inning, that's for sure.
Good pitch.
Levy will take second. They will just let him do so because they knew any throwdown is going to probably send Chase from third.
Yep, smart move. Pitch. Very nice.
Top of the order waits on deck with Dean. Can Greenberg extend the National League lead? They've led it a couple of times, but never more than by 1, and it's not going to stay. It's going to stay right there at 1 as Greenberg sways through it. Midway through the 4th, we'll stay right here. American League coming up. Once again, having a deficit to overcome. Thought they might be able to run away with it a little bit when they led it 4-1 early, but the National League unperturbed.
Yeah. Yeah, National League came right back. Good, nice job. And again, I'm struck by is all the plays at the plate, and we've had some good outfield play. We've had seen some good pitching, some daring base running. So a little bit of everything. Yeah, this All-Star game.
So we'll see who comes out to pitch in the bottom of the 4th. It is supposed to be Noah Levy, and I believe that's who it is.
Okay. Yep. Yep, there he is.
So Levy pitching for the Dodgers. And the American League will try and once again quickly answer. We have only had 1 half inning that didn't have a run in it. And that was the 2nd inning for the National League.
Avoid collision or give yourself up. You did 2 out of 3.
Yeah, some crooked numbers here too.
Absolutely. So American League, let's see who they send up for the 3 in this bottom of the 4th. Looks like we're going to get Akiva Rosmarin of the Guardians. I believe he'll lead off, which would mean it's Rosmarin, Huang, and Kaufman. The 3 due up for the AL.
Levy has an interesting delivery. A little bit of a hesitation halfway through before he releases the ball. See how this plays out.
And takes the first pitch right back to Levy. Over to first for the out as Noah and Jake combining on that 1-3 put out.
Yeah, 1 pitch, 1 out.
Yeah, that's...
And, yeah, efficient.
And so now Hudson Huang takes that first pitch through the legs over at third and into the outfield for a 1-out hit.
Yeah, it was a tough play. He made a good play to get a glove on it. Couldn't hold it. I thought it was going to be 2 pitches and 2 outs, but just broke through the glove there.
Huang also dabbles in the theater, just played Horton the Elephant in the Heath School musical of Seussical.
All right. I taught at the Heath School.
Yeah.
Yeah, great school. It's right around the corner. Right around the corner here on Elliott Street.
Also a movie nut. Loves his Mission Impossible series. Has another one of those coming out in the next couple of months, so he'll be pleased there.
Cool. Yeah.
And as I said, like so many, musically inclined, also plays the violin and the viola, in addition to being an avid trading card collector. That is a foul ball, I believe.
I think it was a drop third strike, but first base was occupied.
Yep, okay.
So that's it.
That makes sense. So 1 out, now 2 out in the inning. National League trying for the first time today to send the American League down scoreless in a half inning. And 0-1 pitch now coming from Kramer Toto. Toto now down in the count, no balls and 2 strikes as Noah Levy working fast and effective.
Yeah, I think he drops down a little bit, little hesitation, and ooh, just missed.
Just off the plate to the righty. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Toto, and that's in the dirt.
Now he's slowing down a little bit. He's looking at the airplane going overhead, which is always cool.
Now, Kramer Toto, you would assume, has the best batter's eye of anyone, and that's because he's also a BYB umpire.
Ah. That's great.
Loves his flag football, loves playing wiffle ball, but he is also a burgeoning umpire, although doesn't need to know what the umpire's call is there as he swings through strike 3. And a strong half inning on the hill by Noah Levy as he sends the American League down scoreless. Just 1 runner allowed on base, does not come around to score. And we've played 4 full with the National League leading it by 1 as we head to another break here on ASPN HD.
Dear moms and dads, we know it's not always been easy, and it's been a lot of hard work. What you have achieved here today is going to help us and our futures. It is why we are coming up on stage to collect your diplomas. Everything I do it for you. Mom, love you always. No, it's true. Everything I do it for
When you graduate, they graduate. Visit finishyourdiploma.org to find free and supportive adult education centers near you.
We head to the 5th inning, and the National League leading it as they try and extend things, get some insurance runs on the board, and they will have to do so against the tall, lanky right-hander Josiah Kalmus of the Red Sox.
You have seen Kalmas behind the plate already. He did a couple of innings behind the plate and a really good job back there. So he's going to throw to, Hellendrang back behind the plate. So it was his teammate.
So this,
oh wow,
oh boy, heads up O'Connor.
Right, Hellendrang with the cannon, who just threw it down a second.
So there should be a little bit of rapport between pitcher and catcher with the two Red Sox delivering to each other. But to the start of the order for the National League, they will get their heavy hitters up with a chance to extend what is currently a 6-5 lead. And Kian Dehan leads things off. We've seen a lot of fun wind-ups and deliveries today, but this may be the funkiest.
This thing, right, goes way up, gets a high kick, and throws over the top. He's gonna get some nice speed there.
He's gonna be able, if he can apply some of that, almost get like a slider motion to it with that over-the-top delivery that'll just curve away from the righties as he gets older.
Yep.
Probably have to tighten up a little bit of that, but certainly going to be effective if he can deliver strikes. That is a strike, right back to him. Over to first, easy play over at first, 1 out.
Yeah, good to get that leadoff batter for the AL.
It's Kempa over there at first base. Second straight inning that starts with a nice easy 1-3 put out. And now it's Panza.
Yeah, Panza, I'm impressed with Panza's game.
Yeah.
Good hitter. We've seen him, he's pitched, played nicely in the field. Yeah, Dino's done a nice job.
Panza, very good friends with Haruki Oka. Two of them have gone through these ranks together, but list them as a great player, friend, and Triple Crown teammate. They also play together on the New Balance League All-Star team. Also a swimmer, which weirdly enough was my sport in high school. Loved to swim, but was the most valuable swimmer this past year for Brookline Dolphins.
Cool. Like Thomas may have hurt his arm there on that strikeout pitch. He got Ponza to chase a high fastball.
And this is certainly a situation, if you feel anything, you're going to want to make sure that you keep things precautionary. Again, this Red Sox team, they will have one of the two byes in the first round, so they will not have to play until Sunday against the winner of the Phillies and the Guardians game that will take place on Thursday. So hopefully it was just something that he felt. He's still staying in the game over at first base, where he won't expect to have to throw the ball too much. But here comes Kempa. Doesn't trade off too much in terms of height. Kempa actually probably has another inch or two on a very tall pitcher already.
Looks like another hard thrower here. I'll tell you what, Brookline Youth Baseball is developing some good pitchers. And they continue, they've done it over the years and they continue to do it. Some good hard throwers here.
You heard Holden Hodgson is going to be an exchange of gloves over there at first base. Just talk about how impressive this summer team is going to be for Brookline Youth Baseball. Everybody plays in the spring. You sign up, you play. In the summer, though, things get a little bit more competitive, and it becomes basically an all-star team here for Brookline Youth Baseball, competing against other local teams. And there is a lot of potential here, and you can go up and down the roster. I don't envy anyone who has to pick the cream of the crop for that team.
Right. You can see as you pan to the outfield, all the banners out there from the successful Brookline teams over the years. There was a few years ago, there were 3 teams that won championships.
Mikey Sullivan, very loud in the home run derby, quiet in his first couple of plate appearances here, however. Came up with the bases loaded, ended up popping one toward the second baseman. We have not seen a 1-2-3 inning by any of these sides, and that is what is at stake here with Kempa on the hill in relief.
That's a good foul ball right there. Took that breaking pitch or off-speed pitch and just chopped it foul. Smart. Give him another chance.
The pitch is inside, tight toward the chest, and takes it for a ball. AL trying to keep things quiet, trailing by a run. As the bottom of the fifth upcoming will play 6, and as things stand, the AL might need that bottom of the 6th, though if they were to lead heading into the bottom of the 6th, they would still get a chance to hit. This is an all-star game, it's an exhibition, everyone's going to get a chance to take their hacks. That pitch just low. A little bit of frustration behind the plate.
Right, good at bat. I thought that was ball 4, but good at bat here by Mikey Sullivan. And if he gets on here, we're going to remember that that 0-2 pitch that he fouled off.
I think Hellendrung actually wished that he framed that one a little bit better.
Yeah, that one.
But it's strike 3 anyway.
That was a little up.
That said, it is a 1-2-3 inning for the combination of the Red Sox hurler and the Oriole coming in for him in relief. So Kalma started the inning, Kempa finished it, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for the American League. So to the bottom of the 5th we go. AL trailing by 1. Got out to the early 4 runs through the first 2 innings. Took that 4-1 lead, but things have really quieted down. NL has settled in, and now they will look to hope that that continues as Teddy Greenberg will take the mound. And this is going to be interesting because Greenberg's a southpaw, so you're going to get the left-handed pitcher out there for the Padres.
Yep, first one we've seen. And yeah, it's true, things have settled down just a little bit, which as you get into the game happens. Yeah, finally a couple of 1-2-3 innings and some good defense being played out here. Looks like we're gonna have 3 Phillies in the infield. As Phillies gonna shore up their defense.
So Greenberg on the hill. So the AL going up against Rabiner on the hill.
Yep.
They have 2 Padres who are listed with the number, or sorry, Greenberg's 22 for the, again.
That's right.
We got the numbers. Yeah. It is Rabiner.
Yes, that's right.
Still a left-handed pitcher. We knew that. Got that much right. I can tell which one's a lefty.
Alex Rabiner still throwing from the left side. That's right. No, this is so difficult sometimes in the All-Star games. There's a lot of moving pieces.
And Josiah Kalmas, after feeling a little something as he delivered that last pitch that he threw to get that second out in the top of the inning, they have elected to pull him from the order. Again, as a precautionary reason, Red Sox have a playoff game on Sunday and do not want to make anything worse. So no Kalmas, which means that this bottom of the 5th inning will start with Haruki Oka. So Alec Rabiner will deal with 10, 11, and 12 in this AL batting order. Oka, Courier, and New.
I like how the coaches for the NL, they have their battery, 2 Padres. They have 3 Phillies in the infield, so they're trying to make sure they have their defense set and players that are familiar with one another.
Yeah, it's Sullivan back behind the plate. We saw him catch the bottom of the 1st, and he will do the same here in the bottom of the 5th.
4 Phillies on the field right now.
Haruki Oka scheduled to pitch the 6th inning, so he has an opportunity to help his own cause here as he leads things off in the bottom of the 5th. American League hoping to tie or retake the lead that they have held for the vast majority of this game. And Oka the first against Rabiner to have a shot at it.
Yeah, okay, had a solid single at his first at bat.
And I appreciate one of his highlight moments of the season. Recognized that he was in a slump and then got out of it with a double, was able to work himself through it. And that's a mature thing to recognize when you're an 11-year-old.
Right.
You know when you're in a slump, but working yourself out of it is something that not everybody can do, obviously at any level, but particularly when you're a kid.
Yep, no question. Looks like you're a member of the Triple Crown Kings.
Yep. Got a chance to visit Fenway Park recently, one of his favorite hobbies. Getting a chance to take in the Sox. Good or bad, Red Sox fans will never not go to Fenway Park. A little bit of a check swing over to second base and routine over there by Noah Levy on to first for the out.
I like what Oka did. He knows how to get the barrel of the bat on the baseball. And even that time, with 2 strikes, he was protective.
And now Max Courier walking up, of course, to the Seven Nation Army. And he's a birder.
Wow.
Loves bird watching. Good friend who's crazy birder. Travels all over the world for it. There's if you need a community of diehard hobbyists, the birding community is where you want to go. As that one bounces right in front of home plate. Also enjoys his Fortnite like so many kids his age. And
sure.
Plays soccer and is a trombonist in the school band.
Wow. I'm surprised he admitted to enjoying Fortnite, because so many kids, they play it, but they don't want to admit that they actually play it.
That's true. Plays for Boston Prime. You see that helmet with the BP on it. Teammate alongside many of these, including Mikey Sullivan.
He's putting pretty good at bat on here.
He's one of the few players who lists his highlight of the season as something defensive. Turned a game-winning double play against the Dodgers, and that's what he remembers. And that one's his strike, gets to the backstop, throw down to first is, I think they got him. And they did.
Oh, okay.
What an outstanding play behind home plate, getting him by a half a step as Sullivan read that perfectly off of the rear cage and was able to get him by just a millimeter.
I thought the base umpire called him safe, but I guess overruled by the home plate umpire. I don't know. Interesting.
One's wearing the gear and one is not.
That's right. But there's the commissioner's son down there coaching.
Absolutely.
On the bases, so I don't know.
And I saw him getting a chance to talk to the home plate umpire, getting some pointers.
Yeah. Nope, Steve Eddy's been doing this for 30 years plus, and he's an exceptional umpire.
And I do think that he was out.
Yeah, no, he made the right call.
Oh my goodness. If this gets down, it doesn't. That one above the head, and the National League has really shut down the AL in the last couple of innings as the AL goes down 1-2-3. As we've played 5 full, NL with an opportunity to add some insurance runs, and the AL will need every out that they can get to try and make the comeback. As we head to the 6th, here in the BYB Youth All-Star Game here on ASPN HD.
Man, it's lonely. Like, going through life lonely.
There is the therapeutic aspect of music, just expressing how you feel. I'm going to talk to Howie about his feelings, make it into a song.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. What about those barbecues you plan in detail for your family? Or your daughter's first costume party? It was out of this world. The same way you plan each detail for those moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts. Prepare an emergency kit and make a family communications plan. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make.
Better pump-up songs you can get as Sandstorm plays in the AL behind Haruki Oka. tries to keep things as they are. The National League 6, the American League 5 in this 23rd annual Nathan Pup Showstack Major A BYB All-Star Game. Boy, that's a mouthful.
Yeah. And the AL coaches doing something similar to what the NL did. 2 Orioles. You have Oka on the mound, Ricky Oka, and Colin O'Connor behind the plate. Infield, you have 2 Red Sox and 2 Guardians.
O'Connor's been a busy guy. He has pitched, played the outfield, infield, and caught. He can't do anything else. But it is going to be on Oka to try and keep things as they are as the American League. They'll have the bottom of their order to start the bottom of the 6th and then flip things over toward O'Connor and Barden once again. But they would be very appreciative if Oka could keep things quiet and just have 1 run to overcome, as at this level, even in an exhibition all-star game, there is still pressure to close out a game with a 1-run lead, which is never safe at this age.
Right, and it seems like, interestingly, scoring has kind of dropped here in these last couple of innings. But we'll see.
Oka, very patient delivery.
Yeah.
With the step in and the back swing on the leg.
Yep, nice over-the-top delivery.
As this one skied deep into the air and foul behind home plate for Axel Ham, Carballo, and Rabiner. The 3 due up in this 6th inning as the National League looks to add something to their tally. Swung on and missed, and Ham down swinging.
Yeah, Ham's out in front of that one. High pitch. Went chasing a little bit on 0-2.
So 1 out. As Oka will now have to work against Danny Carballo, the runner-up in the home run derby earlier.
Nice pitch there.
And of course, you have Haruki's father, Tatsufumi, on this staff for the Orioles. And in one of the most dad things I've ever seen, we mentioned that Haruki's highlight was breaking out of a slump with a double. Tatsufumi's highlight of the year is Haruki breaking out of said slump according to his advice.
Taking a little credit for that. Okay.
And I have no doubt about it because I remember as that one swung on and missed, that's going to get into the outfield, an opportunity to potentially take second on a strikeout, maybe more. Turning for third, and he'll get there. A dropped third strike, and no one's covering home. Oh, and now we've got a pickle. Welcome to Little League, folks. And he gets back.
All from a breaking pitch that was swung on and missed, and meets the backstop.
Yep.
And some heads-up base running by Carbona.
I have no shame in admitting now, having had my dad coach me through every single sport at every level, the number of times where I frustratingly, out of spite, would do what he asked and have it work out and then be even more upset at him. It works.
Yep.
So a strikeout turned triple gives the National League an opportunity to make the lead 2 with the runner on third base just 60 feet away from home plate.
Yeah, they're going to have to be careful because the NL's been aggressive. They have a runner on third.
So here is Alec Rabiner. Pitched in the last inning and got the 1-2-3. Swings through that one with the bright yellow and black bat.
That was a good pitch right there. We'll see how Oka responds to this.
I do appreciate that Coach Oka also listed sleeping as a hobby. I feel that.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah.
2 strikes on Rabiner as he tries to drive in the runner from third and Carballo. Just outside.
Yeah.
National League, if they pitch who they anticipate, it's Mikey Sullivan to close it. That one fouled off to stay alive.
Yeah, Oka's come back nicely here. He is battling out there.
Josiah Kalmas, who was lifted from this game, was not expected to be in the field this half inning anyway, so Yale didn't have to do any type of tweaking as that one's going to drive in a run. Should be a sacrifice fly at minimum, as tagging and scoring is Carballo, and a critical base running decision to take third on that drop third strike pays dividends for the NL as they lead it 7-5.
Yeah, the insurance run will be big next inning, especially if they win it by 1. We'll remember the Caballo base running to take that extra base on the overthrow into the outfield.
The AL will have R.E.A. Block, Colin O'Connor, Tycho Barden, Bryce Hellendrung, and if you get there, Matty Ciampa.
That was a nice, interesting pitch there. He took something off, almost an Ephus pitch. Or maybe it was a changeup, it just came out of his hand a bit.
That one fouled outside of third.
Back with the heat there.
The last bit of daylight here. It was always a cloudy, overcast day, but the sun, bright orange behind us, full-on Baltimore Oriole orange behind us. Cannot get a more beautiful sunset than we have here tonight. As that one popped onto the infield, that should do it. And that will indeed do it, is grabbed there by Kramer Toto out at short. And the American League will need 2 runs here in the bottom of the 6th to tie things up, 3 to walk things off.
Yeah, big insurance run there in that inning for the NL. Looked like they were going to be, the AL was going to have a pretty uneventful inning, or good, they were going to take care of it, but Carballo with the great base running, and they get an insurance run. And we'll see, wow, okay, as you see there in your screen, that's Mikey Sullivan, and as you'd imagine, he throws heat.
And if Mikey Sullivan's walkout music for his pitching is some good old Johnny Cash, guy's got some class as well to him. As Sullivan, our home run derby champion, following in the footsteps of his older brother from last year, trying to not only take home the home run derby trophy, but close things out for the National League in wearing his Padre brown and gold. He will have to deal with R.E.A. Block, as I mentioned, Colin O'Connor, and Tycho Barden at minimum.
Yeah, so they get back to the top of the order. But of course, an all-star lineup is strong, 1 through 12, or 13 in this case.
So Block's responsibility is just find a way on base.
Right.
He would love to tattoo one out to the fans in their beach chairs in the left center field hill, but that won't get the tie game. He just needs to do his job and find a way on base.
What's that? Oh, I'm sorry.
R.E.A. loves to play basketball, is also a biker.
Get a good at bat his first time. He almost pulled the double down the line.
He gets hit. Nobody wants to be responsible. Gotta put a habit on it.
It's from the left-hand side, so we'll see what Sullivan has left in the tank. His Padres play tomorrow against the Dodgers in the 4-5 matchup. So
2 Padres on the right side of the infield, first and second.
Yep.
Found it that time. Good pitch.
Yes, the anticipated defense for the NL in this 6th inning, as this pitch fouled off right at home plate. Hom in left, Jake Levy in center, Ryan Chase and his speed trying to close things down in right. Ponza at third, Carballo at short, Farrell at second, Rabiner at first, with Dean catching Sullivan. 3 outs to try and wrap this up for the National League in come-from-behind fashion, having trailed 4-1 early. And good piece of hitting just to stay alive by R.E.A. Block.
Yep, looked like that may have been ball 4. He definitely doesn't want to walk this first batter. Block did that in his first at-bat.
And that is up. So Block continues to work this count. Just trying to get the lead runner on base however he can, and that will do it. So Block, with a good batter's eye, heads down to first base, and that will bring the tying run to the plate and the top of the order to boot for Colin O'Connor in the AL.
Yeah, it looked like Mikey Sullivan tried to aim that one. He kind of spent a little bit extra time on the rubber, and then he let it go, but low. They're going to have to deal with the runner at first.
O'Connor, plenty of wheels at the plate for anything hit on the infield grass to try and leg something out. Pitch inside, count evens at a ball and a strike. And that pitch is up.
Yeah, another time I can see when Mikey Sullivan just lets it fly versus the time he's just looks like he's aiming it a little bit.
And that one gets away.
Smart base running, I think, there by Block to stay.
Yeah, you'd love to get him into scoring position, and maybe you take that risk if he's the tying run, but he means nothing, all things considered. He is much more valuable at first base than trying to take second and potentially getting gunned down by a strong-armed catcher. O'Connor in a 2-strike count. Takes strike 3 and the backwards K for the first out.
Nice breaking pitch there by Sullivan. First one he's seen, and it just kind of stood up calling O'Connor.
So here's Tycho Barden. 1 out and 1 on in the bottom of the 6th inning.
Yeah, huge strikeout there, especially to keep O'Connor off the bases with so much speed.
He loves to bake, desserts specifically, because what kid doesn't? Also plays soccer and hurls a mean frisbee. Also likes to camp. That was never my thing. But friends and family, you go camping with him.
Yep.
And hits this one up through the middle. Outstanding piece of hitting as Block moves up 60 feet, and that could not have been more perfectly located back up the middle.
Yeah, nice play and almost a nice good piece of hitting. Dylan Farrell almost came up with that, just under his glove, like right, seeing eye single right up the middle. And you're right, good piece of hitting.
So they indicated that Tycho Barden tweaked a little something himself as he was running down to first. So as a result, the previous hitter, in this case Colin O'Connor, will take over at first base.
Which is pretty good trade.
Yeah, that is. Again, you never want to have any type of injury, but if that's the pinch running replacement,
well, that's your
not
tying
too bad.
run.
As Hellendrug, could he walk this off? No! It bounces up against the wall. Block, heads for home. Is there a play at the plate? No. O'Connor's at third. Hellendrug, alert, takes second with no one covering. And that is exactly why Block stayed at first base on that pass ball. As he makes this a 1-run game, the tying run now stands at third, and the winning run in the form of Hellendrug is at second.
Oh, Hellendrug came so close to ending it.
My
what a bomb.
If that was how this game ended, on a walk-off 3-run shot, you could not write a better script.
Wow.
to, at the very least, tie this game. You cannot take anything for granted. Certainly in a diamond this size, a single does not automatically score Helendrum.
And we had a Colin O'Connor down there. He's kind of a block, not the fastest on the team, and O'Connor had to hold the third base. I wonder if he would have had an opportunity maybe to score.
2 on, 1 out. First base is open.
So winning run at second base.
Yep. They could potentially pitch a little bit around Chempa here if they wanted to and have the bases loaded for Rosmarin and a force at any base. That said, at this level, you can't guarantee that the pitcher's going to be able to throw strikes. So you never really want to pitch around anybody unless you can guarantee that your pitcher has enough control.
There's a good one right there. Good pitch.
You doubt that Sullivan is going to back down from anybody.
No, this gets tough. And that was a nice comeback after a couple of high pitches to be able to fire one down the middle.
Chempa
there it is.
Swings and misses.
And there comes.
And here comes O'Connor. He is safe. Tie game. Helendrung holds up and heads back to third.
Wow, 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 wow. Colin O'Connor ties it up. What heads-up base running. They've been aggressive from third base all game. That was when he came in for Barden. Barden was hurt, and it was huge that O'Connor was the prior runner that was out beforehand. He became the pinch runner, and we're all tied up. What a game.
There is still just 1 out, so a long fly ball from Chempa could win this game on a walk-off sacrifice fly. The infield is in. Everybody, feet on the infield grass. Chempa whips this one toward the fans and foul.
Ooh. And Chempa, after swinging through 2 pitches, waited on that one, almost too long, put it into right field foul.
Gotta think every kid has dreamed of a walk-off hit. A walk-off hit in an all-star game would be a little bit of extra icing on the cake as Chempa has that opportunity here. Swings and misses.
Mikey Sullivan, big strikeout there.
Went with the high fastball and got him. And now they're going to have a mound visit here. Sullivan doesn't want to come out of this game.
I love it. Arguing his case. Arguing his case. But he's gonna come out.
Again, any chance of them pitching Sullivan tomorrow?
Yeah.
Again, I'm not sure. This is still the age level where pitch counts come into effect, but I don't believe as an exhibition game they care about the pitch count today. But of course, the coaches do.
Right, and it looks like Farrell can throw the ball too.
Yep.
So, hey, there's not too much of a drop-off. But you know, Mikey Sullivan wants it to be out there for that last out.
At the very least, you think Sullivan has to be okay with it being his teammate.
Right.
But that means that the job of finishing off this inning will fall to number 8 in Padre Brown. And that's Dylan Farrell, as they mentioned. Akiva Rosmarin with a runner on third base. 2 out, tie game, bottom of the 6th, daylight fading.
Great all-star game.
Oh,
Brookline
fantastic.
Youth baseball, and yeah, it's been amazing.
So it all falls right now on the 12-year-old shoulders of Akiva Rosmarin, who indicated that his favorite highlight of the year was the whole season. This would be the highlight of the season.
Absolutely. He showed he could get his bat in the ball in previous at-bats.
Farrell in the dirt. Nice stop.
Yeah. Really nice stop with that runner at third base. Good point.
Critical for Farrell, of course, but maybe just as important, if not more so, the catcher behind the plate, Kean Dehan. As that one heads down the right field line.
Oh, the catch.
And it's caught. Great play out in right field to end the inning by Ryan Chase.
Woo. What a catch. I thought that was going to drop for sure.
And so now we have to figure out what the play is here. Daylight is fading. We have a tie game, 7-7 after 6 innings. They'll have to sort this out. I know that none of the players want this to end as a tie.
This is great. You hear the cheer.
The ball players, not that there was ever a doubt, but they want to play on.
The cheer is extra innings.
That
right?
said, if you gave them a glow-in-the-dark baseball, they would play all night.
Well, it's just coaches are trying to figure out how many pitches each pitcher's thrown. Do they have any pitchers left? Who can throw? Who can't throw? Who's playing in the playoffs next? Who's not? But the kids don't care about that. The kids want to go to extra innings, and so do I. Oh!
And so the reaction from the players should tell you what's happening here. There will be extra innings. We will play international softball rules, if you're familiar. Runner on second base, 1 out in the inning. So it's a combination of now pretty present baseball rule with the runner on second base, but you add 1 out in the frame as well. And we will continue on from where the inning ended. So the runner who got the last out of the previous inning should take over at second base as that ghost runner. Haruki Oka will continue to pitch. The Orioles, with their bye as the number 1 seed, can afford to throw Oka a little bit more, knowing that they won't need him until Sunday, potentially, when the Orioles play their first playoff game of the year.
And this has to be difficult for our producer, camera person, Arlen Shostak, because he'd usually be making these calls, but he is our camera person today, so he's leaving this up to his assistant.
You never know. There might be like a flash on the camera. He's making some signs up there.
Maybe hand signals. Maybe somehow they have some
I mean, he strategically positioned the American League in that dugout so that he could potentially make signals up there on the camera perch.
Now I'm understanding. All right.
But
well, you don't coach for 50 years in the league or have 48 years in the Brookline Youth Baseball.
He had to learn some tricks from Pops, didn't he?
Right. Well, I think Pops would probably be proud of this 23rd annual Nathan Pops Shostak Major A All-Star game. Extra inning, 7-7. What a ball game. This has been fun.
Absolutely. Thank goodness none of us are playing in a basketball game at 9 o'clock tonight.
Well,
and don't have to get to the other side of Boston in the meantime.
Well,
that said, there's definitely not enough daylight for more than 1 extra inning. So somebody's going to have to find a way to break this deadlock here and now with Haruki Oka on the mound.
Again, this is great. The kids are on the field. They know what to do. The coaches are trying to figure things out a bit.
Yep. So.
And everybody still trying to make sure everybody gets in the game and everybody has enough innings. The coaches have done a really nice job to get everybody into this ball game.
So Dylan Farrell, after finding a way to close that inning on the mound, is at second base. He will take third on the ground ball to the right-hand side by Mendel Zakos. So Zaklos out for the second out of the inning. Again, it's a runner on first and 1 out to start the inning. So Zaklos advances the base runner 60 feet, and Noe Levy will have just 1 out to work with and a chance to give the National League back the lead.
Let's watch, too, this. Again, the third base runners have been really aggressive for both teams in this game. Catcher, again, you're right, is important.
Oh, ripped! That one driven to deep left center, and that is gone! A 2-run home run by Noah Levy, and the NL leads 9-7.
Wow! Noah Levy, that was a bomb. Oh.
Takes that one and deposits it just over the left center field fence.
Wow, exciting. 9-7, National League. Now we have to look at Haruki Oka. He still needs 1 out. He has to come back from this, see how he turns this around. Take a deep breath, hopefully.
Again,
go back to the windup.
If he can get this third out, the AL will have the tying run at the plate to start the inning.
Yep.
So you want to keep it at 2 so that you're always hitting with that tying run on base. It'll be Hudson Huang, Theo Kaufman, and Kramer Toto to start, as that's a foul ball.
Good idea to drop a bunt down after a home run. This kid, this is the 10-year-old.
Ryan Chase has got game, that's for sure.
Yes, this kid's going to be good.
Might not have size, but he's got game.
He's going to be good,
sure.
You're right.
Representing the Sweet Spot, the Padres sponsor, emblazoned across the back of those jerseys. And Oka pitching with none on, 2 out. There goes the eephus.
Yeah. It hasn't worked yet. I'm sure that looks good when it works. But it does, changes the eye, the elevation of the eye for the batter.
Grounded outside of third, foul.
Nice play.
Played there by the Guardians' third baseman.
Good play to pick that up, too. You don't want that to go back fair if you're the AL.
They have moved things around again in terms of defensive alignment.
Hey, that's a great job coming back there by Oka after giving up the 2-run home run.
So Oka surrenders the 2-run blast to Noah Levy, who stands to potentially have this in the bag for the win. However, the AL will have a chance to equalize. It will still be Dylan Farrell on the mound. Came in relief of Mikey Sullivan, who got the first 2 outs of the 6th inning. But Farrell came in, was able to get Akiva Rosmarin to fly out on a nice play to Ryan Chase out in right field with the runner that would have won the game stranded on third base.
Yeah, let's think about that catch by Chase, right? We can't take that one for granted. That was a game-saving catch by Chase, the 10-year-old.
So that will put Akiva Rosmarin at second base. Hudson Huang, Theo Kaufman, Kramer Toto. No Josiah Kalmas. They lifted him from this game due to a potential injury concern. Looked to be okay. He stayed in the game for the rest of that half inning, played first base before they lifted him for precautionary. So didn't look like something that would hopefully keep him out for longer than just the end of this game. Although, if you're Josiah Kalmas and you suddenly had your spot in the lineup come up as a chance to win the All-Star game.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure he's not happy about being on the side. It was the right move, though, I'll tell him.
It was.
It was smart, good coaching move. But I'm sure he was not happy about that. But that was one, he threw a pitch, I believe it was his 3rd pitch strikeout. He got the batter, and but then he had to come out. I look like Farrell, the pitcher here Farrell has, it's like some type of maybe a knuckleball, some type of an off-speed breaking pitch. It'd be interesting to see if he throws that. Threw it in the warm-ups, and he did not throw it last inning, that one batter he faced.
So it is Hudson Huang who will step in. Runner on second base, he's the tying run, and takes the first pitch inside and a little bit up from Farrell.
Yeah, that's a good eye right there. Hard to lay off something like that.
Takes that one, grounded to the right-hand side, and it gets through. Runner turns, heads for home, he will score.
A 1-run game.
Yes, indeed. So Huang takes one through the right-hand side, just gets under the glove out at second base.
Yeah, sometimes just getting the bat in the ball is what you need. He did his job. He was getting that ball on the right side of the infield and snuck through.
First pitch, swinging, left-hand side. There's one. Sullivan not in time.
Good play there, and that's Chase. I know he was upset at having
Chase.
that ball go under his glove, but really tried hard to turn that double play. As a 10-year-old, this kid is exceptional.
Yeah, he is.
And again, he's going to be angry. The ball went under his glove, but he's had a great game no matter what happens in this game.
So 2 out. The American League down to their final out with Theo Kaufman at first base.
Ooh, throw down, wow.
Reaching on the fielder's choice, and here is Kramer Toto as the final chance for the American League to extend this game. The National League leads it 9-8. We're in the 7th inning. We've played extras here in the Brookline Youth Baseball All-Star Game.
Let's watch the runner. as we've seen, Mikey Sullivan not afraid to throw down the bases.
Certainly not.
Almost picked him off that last pitch. We'll see if they send the runner, try to get him into scoring position, but 2 strikes.
The pitch from Farrell is fouled up. Can the catcher get there? No.
Nice try.
Tried to get around the umpire and just could not find his way
Heads
there.
up. Yeah, heads up Mikey Sullivan.
Yep.
He looked up. He just happened to turn. He had to go around Steve Eddy, the umpire, and couldn't do it. If he had gone directly to his right, maybe he would have had a chance, but the way that ball came off the bat, he made the right first step.
So Kramer Soto takes a strike.
Ball game.
That will do it. Farrell closes out the 6th, pitches the 7th. The AL gets 1, but the National League on the back of Noah Levy's 2-run blast in the top of the 7th. That is enough to win a classic 9-8-7.
Wow, what a ball game. 23rd annual Nathan Pops Showstack All-Star game here, Brookline Youth Baseball, and we love to see this part of the game. They're out there shaking hands with one another. Awesome game. I don't know if you can give anybody an MVP in this one. I have. I don't know if I even want to do it, but that.
Well,
that
we know
Noah
the play of the
Levy,
game.
Oh gosh.
The offensive play of the game, the Noah Levy 2-run home run, and you got to give the defensive play of the game to the other Padre.
Yes.
Out in right field, an opportunity for Ryan Chase.
Yeah, right.
So it is a Padre who makes the defensive catch to force extra innings, and Noah Levy, the Dodger, drives one over the right center field fence to win this one in 7.
Right, unbelievable. And the Hellendrung for the Red Sox in the prior inning for the AL almost finished it.
He certainly did.
A hit all the way to the fence.
Well, we still have some wrap-up to do. We'll take a brief pause, and when we come back, we will bring things to a close here from Brookline. The National League wins it 9-8 in extras. Don't go anywhere.
Victor deployed for the first time to Afghanistan in 2003. At 4 in the morning, my phone rang. They said, "I regret to inform you that your husband was wounded in action." Victor sustained a moderate traumatic brain injury. I was doing school full-time, and I was also then caring for Victor. One of the most important elements of caregiving is taking care of yourself. I just didn't want to forget that I also had goals and that I also had a life. What I did is I challenged Victor to meet me halfway. He asked all his therapists to help him undertake some of the house chores. There are almost 6 million military and veteran caregivers across the nation. We have our own journey, and we can fulfill that journey at the same time that we are helping our loved one.
Visit aarp.org/caregiving for a free military veterans guide to navigate your caregiving journey.
Do you want to go grab some frozen yogurt tonight?
Maybe another time. Thanks, though.
Hey, Charles, how do you like your burger?
Ooh, well done, I hope. I love this tree. Hey, honey. We thought we'd try something new.
Family art hour.
Come on, sit down.
Okay, guys, what do you think? That is you.
Oh, you got jokes. You're funny.
That is you, and that is your son, and your other son.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org.
Well, the sun sets literally on another BYB Youth All-Star game, and there have been a lot of them. 23 years in a row now for the Pop Shawstack BYB Major A All-Star game. There's a lot of words there. But this one will probably go down as one of the best.
No question about it, Mason. This was so much fun to watch. We saw some good battling back and forth. We saw a few innings there with no scoring. And then, wow, bam, Noah Levy with a 2-run home run. To do that, again, what kid wouldn't want to do that in an all-star game? And no one wanted to lose. I didn't want to see any team to lose this thing. But Noah Levy with that bomb, it was exciting to see the NL pull it through.
9-8 in 7 innings. We had to play extras, and Noah Levy came up with the big 2-run shot that ended up capping it for the National League. And now the playoffs start tomorrow. BYB Youth All-Star or Youth Playoffs start tomorrow. The Orioles, the 1 seed through the regular season. The Red Sox also joining them with a first-round bye. But at the end of the season, anyone can come out on top in this double elimination format.
Yeah, it's going to be fun to see too that we heard the commissioner of the league saying, "Hey, bring this energy to the playoffs." Like great energy. There's both teams, and then the cool thing about it I thought too was when at the end they come together and they were friendly with each other. They shook hands, but the commissioner saying, bring this energy into the playoffs. But Brookline Youth Baseball, again, producing some tremendous players as they have over the years.
Absolutely, and we cannot thank Holden Hodgson enough for stopping by in that second inning to talk to us. The great players, families, coaches, and of course, everyone here at ASPN HD, including Arlen Shostak. On the camera today, taking off his coach's hat, putting on his cameraman's hat. Would not be able to do any of this without him. For my co-broadcaster, Dave Fleming, my name is Mason Stelf, saying so long here from Brookline. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.